Today in the city of Chicago, our youth, teenage boys, going around killing each other, shooting each other, by the wishes and goodwill of some devil sitting back behind the wall. That's right. That's right. 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 Teaching black to kill black. And you sit still and quiet. Get after our youth. Right. Yes, sir. That's right. Teach our youth the knowledge of self and the love of self. Not to kill brothers. Yes, sir. If you want to kill those that's killing you and your brother both.
Surely I have turned myself to thee, O Allah, striving to be upright to thee, who originated the heavens and the earth, and I am not of the polytheists. Surely my prayer, my sacrifice, my life, and my death are all for Allah, the Lord of the worlds. No associate has thee. Of this I am commanded, and I am of those who submit. O Allah, thou art the King, and there is no God but thee. Thou art my Lord, and I am thy servant. I have been greatly unjust to myself, and I confess my faults. So please grant me protection against all my faults. For none can grant me protection against all my faults but thee, and guide me into the best of morals. For none can guide me into the best of morals but thee, and turn away from me the evil and indecent morals. For none can turn away from me the evil and indecent morals but thee. O Allah, make Muhammad successful, and make the true followers of Muhammad successful. Here in the wilderness of North America, as thou did make Abraham and the true followers of Abraham successful. For surely thou art praised and magnified. O Allah, bless Muhammad, and bless the true followers of Muhammad. Here in the wilderness of North America, as thou did bless Abraham and the true followers of Abraham. For surely thou art praised and magnified in our midst. I bear witness that there is no God but Allah, who came in the person of Master Farad Muhammad. And I further bear witness that the most honorable, the most humble and honorable Elijah Muhammad is his last and greatest messenger. Assalamu alaikum. We open up and we never fail to mention the one who was raised up for us by Allah in person. We never fail to mention him in our open salutations, because he was gifted us. Allah came in person and he gifted us. Allah did not have to remain among us to guide us. He lifted one, just one, to lead, teach, and guide us. We were in need of guidance. We were in need of true leadership. See, the schools that we attended, that I attended, Cleveland Public, I was only taught about the conquered black man. I wasn't taught about the original man. I was taught about the original man after he had been conquered by my teachers in the classroom that bear the flag proudly, the United States of America's flag, as it waved above our heads. We were to see it and not see it. Blind, deaf, and dumb put to sleep when we were babies. Not me as an individual. Me, the essence of me going back, the essence of us, the black man, black woman, the essence of us going back to the cotton fields, back to the hulls of ships, back to that hidden part of our history, that 64 hidden years of history when we were put to sleep, when we were put to sleep, when we were babies. Today we are still babies because we lack knowledge of the right kind. We are babies. We are babies swallowed up in the bosom of an open enemy who really doesn't want us there. Oh, I'm just coming off the hip tonight. I pray Allah He allow me to connect my points. I open up in the name of Allah, and we never fail to mention the most honorable Elijah Muhammad, because it is through him Allah reaches, He grabs, He inspires, He motivates, He strengthens a people who were stripped of everything and made nothing. We were stripped of everything of importance anyway. When you are robbed, when you are forcefully robbed, armed robbed of your name, what's in the name? Everything's in a name. Your name connects you to your originality. When you rob a man of that, when you rob a man of the knowledge of that, you are on the road to making a new man. He's going to be transformed from a once proud, man. A once proud man who didn't have false pride. He didn't have false pride because he didn't deal in falsehood. We only dealt in truth. All of that was stripped from us. We were raised and shaped in iniquity. But we didn't raise and shape ourselves. We were in their classrooms. They raised us. We are their children. This is who you read of in both Bible and Quran on the children of Israel. You are not Israel. I am not Israel. But the people who we are children of are Israel. We are bound by Israel. We are starved by Israel. Starving for the knowledge of ourselves. So blind, deaf, and dumb that we don't even know that that is what we hunger for. We shoot, we kill, we rob, we steal, we rap, retrap, retrapped, taking us all the way back to the original idea of what the enemy had in mind for us. Oh, we fulfilling it. If we can fulfill that, Why do we doubt the part of the prophecies which informs us that God would come at the end of all of this? He's not going to everybody. Oh, he's going to journey the earth because the Son of Man is like a journeyman leaving his home. He's going to leave his home. He's going to travel 9,000 miles across the water. He's going to remove us from those classrooms, the classrooms which bear the banner of slavery, suffering, and death. If you take the American flag, so teaches the most honorable Elijah Muhammad, if you take it and just dip it and wring it out, every drop would spell slavery, suffering, and death for the black man. Death physically dying. Death, he is dead to the knowledge of himself. So he's at war with himself. He's at war with his woman. He's at war with his woman because after being outside in the world all day, I'm talking about Yaqub's world. See, we broadcasting live from Muhammad's Temple of Islam number 18. That'll be Cleveland, Ohio, in Yaqub's world, under Yaqub's people's flag. The United States of America. Yaqub's people is Israel. We swallowed up by them. They run circles around us. They tell you that Jesus is black in the Bible. Then they tell you they hung him on the cross without just due process of the law. I mean, they tell you this right in your scripture, that they murdered an unarmed black man. But we have no connection to that true one there. See, they so arrogant. Oh, they right in your face with it. I'm telling you that when we send our children into their schools and their flag is hanging over their heads, I'm telling you that flag represents that lie. I'm telling you that flag represents that arrogance. Allah comes in person and he removes us from the classroom of the devil. He hangs our own flag over the heads of our children. He hangs our own flag. That's not to negotiate anything. This is to declare a thing. He comes and he brings us our own flag and he declares us an independent nation of people. But there's civil war going on inside of our nation because the black man is at war with himself. Now, the black man is the original man. Had we began this way, could we have lasted 76 trillion years? We must have had started out peacefully. We must have been able to get along. What happened? We were kidnapped. we were forcefully removed from our homes, our original homes. We were carried across this large body of water, only to exit ships hungry, filthy, desperate, frightened. This is the real story of our sojourn. But they don't tell us this. The scriptures, if you understand, and today, 2022, you should understand. A messenger was raised up for us to see to it that you understand. It's his job. It's his duty. That's the duty of the civilized man. Elijah Poole became civilized. Allah took that mud. Huh? The most honorable Elijah Muhammad said that he was so far down in the mud to just his eyeballs was showing. Allah raised him up out that mud. He taught Elijah how to go back to the mud. He taught Elijah how to raise the rest of us up from the mud. He taught Elijah how to take just a little bit of that earth, a little bit of that mud, add a little spittle to it, and rub it on our eyes, and we'll begin to see. We'll begin to see not only our enemies clear, but we'll begin to see those who we thought were enemies as we were warring with them, the black man, which is our brother. We must first be brothers. We must first be brothers. That's the only way we can pull this thing off. We must first be brothers. So teaches the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. And we just gonna deal with a little bit of the time. Because see, that child that was born and was given, yeah, he already did that part. We passed that part. We passed the part now where he came and revealed himself as the Son of Man. We passed that part. If that is true, and it is, that means that every second henceforth is dire. The most honorable Elijah Muhammad asked us a question in our classrooms. Which one will survive the war of Armageddon? Which one? You see, because it's going to come down to one. It's not going to come down to a group of individual ones called NATO. They can't win this war. It comes down to one, and only one is backed by the power, the anger, the just will of Allah. And that's the Nation of Islam, our great and holy flag. All praise is due to Allah for the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. We must pay attention to the board. The board is projecting news We just talked about that. Not fake news, actual facts. And so I open up in the name of this God, Allah, who came in the person of Master Farad Muhammad. I think we forgot just how important that coming was. Oh, we don't talk about it enough. Master Farad Muhammad has become a silhouette these days. To push him up and out of the picture, Elijah becomes the Mahdi. Now your leader takes the seat. He takes the place of Elijah. Oh no, we're going to get to a little bit of that tonight. Because this is what the time dictates. The time dictates that we tell the truth. All of you who were baited into the Nation of Islam through message to the black man. I got to use that term bait because it has a negative connotation to it. They bait you in with the book. You get into this place and they teach you everything except for what's in the book. They come behind the book and they clean up everything that the most honorable Elijah Muhammad said. Or did they? No. Elijah was taken out of the mud. Elijah comes back to the mud and he takes all of us out of the mud. Some of us return to the mud as the dog returned to his vomit. Some of us return to the mud and we dirtied up the name. We dirtied up the teachings of the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. They still playing in the mud. The one God whose name I open up in came in person. The singular God, born to seek and to save that which was lost. The one God, born in 1877, and would reveal himself to the lost, to the hidden, to the swallowed up nation within another nation that he was born to find. He searched the earth before locating us, before zeroing in on us. For the Son of Man is as a man taking a far journey who left his house. That's Mark 13. He left his house, his home in Arabia in search of they who had went astray. I will seek that which was lost and bring again. See, that was there before. We were there before. He's going to bring again that which was driven away. That which was lost. His sheep, his people. They were driven away in the holes of slave ships. He has to find them. He has to inform them. He has to reform them. Oh, he got to make some men. He gonna make them through his messenger. Muhammad makes men. Come on now. We must remain pro-temple. Because the black man needs a place to train and educate himself. If you're following the most honorable Elijah Muhammad's instructions, you are looking to establish a temple. if there isn't one present. Because if you know what more good is it going to do you that you know? What more good is it going to do you that you know, but yet your brother don't know? Why don't you go and share that with your brother? Invite him out to the temple. Articulate to him, articulate to her why you keep returning. All praise is due to Allah for the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. Born at the end of the 19th century, but will make himself known to us at the beginning of the 20th century. He's Mujahideen. He's the reformer. One comes at the beginning of every century to revive the religion. But this reformer is the final reformer. He's that 12th and final imam. And I know, especially you not Sunni, but you Shiite Muslims. Y'all still looking for the hidden imam. Y'all looking for the 12th and final imam. We telling you he's present. The Mahdi is present. The Mujahideen, that reformer who comes at the beginning of every century, that one has come. Born in 1877. He comes to not only revive the religion of Islam, he comes to correct it. He comes to perfect it. The Mujahideen is who you read of in the Holy Quran, who perfects the religion. This day have I perfected for you your religion and completed my favor to you, chosen for you Islam as a religion. That's Holy Quran 5:3. His favor will be completed to us at the end of slavery and affliction. Slavery and affliction that will last 400 years while lost in a land, a strange land. Not the native land. They will be lost in a strange land that is not our own. This is he, Allah in person, who comes at the end of that time to redeem us, to judge those responsible for the misuse of us. His people come out with great substance after that judgment. Oh, it's right there in the book. He's in person to judge the world. He's in person to reform the world. He's Mujahideen. He begins at home. He begins at the holy city, Mecca, Arabia. This is the heaven that we read of in the scriptures, so teaches the most honorable Elijah Muhammad, his messenger, because I'm still introducing him to you. Oh, we ain't even got the Assalamu Alaikum again yet. He begins at home. Remember, the Son of Man is like he's like a journeyman who leaves his house. This one, who is in fact that Son of Man, he's going to begin at home. In 1883, at the age of 6, his father began giving him correct, precise, true pieces of information from this book and that book, paying high sums of money for what is being studied. Oh man, open up your message to the black man again. It's all in there. This was the beginning of his long 42-year study. And during that study, he would study and measure the earth. The earth belongs to the black man. The earth belongs to the righteous. The black man, we created the earth. It's our earth. We should know it. Apparently, the God in the Bible, apparently, he thought whoever he would come to save, apparently, he thought that it was important for those ones saved to know it. It's their earth. We show and prove the right and exactness of the teachings of the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. And then we stand on his every word. You can take it or let it alone. Oh, he said it for 44 years. Take it or let it alone. We okay being Muslims by ourselves over here. See, because we really believe this. Oh, this ain't the mega church era. This is the taxi cab era. Yes, sir. All praises due to Allah for the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. See, this one said that the earth weighed 6 sectillion tons. He said this was a 6 followed by 21 ciphers. See, a lot of us being raised and shaped in the white man's classrooms, I'm talking about everywhere, in front of the TV, staring in your phone all day. Everything is based off of his influence. What he say goes. Coming through those airwaves, he running that. This is his world right now. But see, this is the world that Allah comes to shut down. A world like that can't exist while there's a world of righteousness coming in. One or the other will swallow the other up. The white man is the God of his own world. But Allah comes. Allah is so gangster. He comes and tells you, taps you on your shoulder, hey, your time is up. And before you could even conceive just what that means, he's already done sat you down. Oh, he comes at the beginning of the 7,000 year. See, that's where we at right now. The only thing that stands in between the hereafter and the right now is the war of Armageddon. That question is important. We're just moments away. If you're paying attention, you know we're moments away. If you're reading the scriptures, you know we're moments away. If you're studying the teachings of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, you know it's on the way. This one that would come and measure the earth and weigh it. Because Habakkuk said he measured the earth. He said that the diameter of the earth is 7,926 miles. He said the circumference of our planet is approximately 25,000 miles, but actually 24,896 miles. He said the earth spins at the terrific speed of 1,037 and a third miles per hour. Isaiah 40:12. This is he who hath measured the waters in the hollow of his hand and meted out heaven with the span and comprehended the dust of the earth. This is who we talking about. We talking about the one who came and fulfilled this. Jesus didn't do this. Prophet Muhammad didn't do this. None of these so-called Nation of Islam leaders, they didn't do this. They didn't even go behind the math and investigate to see if he was even right and exact. They didn't even do that. But yet and still, these same ones are out front ahead of the Savior, ahead of the one who comes to do this. I mean, what did we miss? This is why we pro-temple. This is why we keep the lights on at the temple. Because, man, it look like we all got to go back to class. It look like we all got to go back to class. I mean, some of these ones out here who, call themselves following the messenger through somebody else. I don't know how that's possible. But it was written. So we're on time with this message. Isaiah prophesied and said he saw this one measure the water of the earth in his hand. In his hand. See, when we start talking about body parts, when we start talking about organs, we got to sit the Orthodox Muslim down. We got to sit the Christian down at the desk. Because in 2022, according to the white man's calendar, we still believe God to be a mystery. We talking about hands, feet, shoes, shoestrings. Huh? We read it in both books. Do you know how many prophets come all together in both books? I'm not going to tell you. I want you to sit down and add them all up. It's your math homework assignment. I want you to sit down and add them all up and then ask yourself, don't even turn it in. After you add them all up, you ask yourself, were they all wrong when they referred to the God as he, him, his, arm, leg, head, nose, eyes, tongue, lips, chin, thigh? How long halt ye between two opinions? This is what Elijah asks you in the Bible. How long halt ye between two opinions? You know what those two opinions are? Do you accept the true and living God or the mystery God? Do you accept the flag of Islam or do you accept the flag of America? All praises due to Allah for the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. We must reason today. Master Farad Muhammad set things in motion. Master Farad Muhammad, the God of Elijah, sets things in motion. Ain't that what the originator did? Bringing himself out of that vast measure of darkness. That atom. We start calculating time from the atom beginning to gain, gather, move, in motion. Master Farah Muhammad saw that it was ideal that the new students study, learn, and recite the actual facts in the student enrollment. See, you can consider us traditionalists because we're going to stick to that. And if you are handing out lessons, the actual facts in the student enrollment, where is your temple? Send that letter in. Recite what is asked of you. Where does your ex come from? Some dude you hanging out with at Whole Foods or something somewhere? Where's your temple? Report to your captain. Who's your lieutenant? Who's in charge here? The Nation of Islam is a military. Everything is about order. Talking about that God, the God who puts things in motion, Master Farah Muhammad. He taught us that the area of the water is 139,685,000 square miles. The scriptures say God, when he comes, he would be able to recite that. He would be able to give us the actual facts on that. And that one would have us recite to gain entry, to reclaim our own. All praise is due to Allah for the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. He is said to have meted out heaven. We're going to deal with that a couple of ways. But we ain't going to get too far off into that tonight because I don't really want to be long again. But that heaven being meted out, that's that great substance that he promised us. Freedom, justice, and equality, peace and contentment of mind. He comes to sit us in heaven at once, so teaches his messenger, the most humble and honorable Elijah Muhammad. But he is said to also have comprehended the dust of the earth. The dust of the earth is the sand of the earth. He told us that the deserts cover 4,861,000 square miles. And he weighed the hills and mountains in the balance. This one, this holy one, as he's referred to right there, taught us that the hills and mountains cover 14 million square miles. He then asked in the 25th verse, to whom then will ye liken me? Or shall I be equal? How do you sit my messenger right inside my person? You put him in the same suit that I'm wearing right now. How do you do that? After coming, bringing you this level of knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. After coming, after lifting him up, because see, if I don't raise this one up, you don't get up. He's got to come back for the others. So I lift him up, and then you turn around and you lift me up. So far now, I'm just a silhouette. Master Farah Muhammad is just a silhouette to a lot of these ones as you look around on social media. Pushes him into oblivion. Raises the messenger up and call him Mahdi today. Oh, no. Blasphemy. They say, oh, you just gotta put your clean glass up next to that dirty glass. That's exactly what I'm doing this evening. That's exactly what I do every time I come before you. That's why I don't call names. I don't have to call names. Elijah's name is sufficient. Elijah's teaching is sufficient. But Elijah has no teaching if Allah don't raise him up and teach him face to face. All praise is due to Allah for the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. Never forget that. Keep Allah and his messenger out front. I open up in his great name. I thank him, Master Farah Muhammad, for gifting us, his messenger, the most humble and honorable Elijah Muhammad. I greet you in their two names. Assalamu alaikum. Oh, we have been having nothing but success. Consecutive meetings at number 18. Consecutive meetings. The Twitter space is growing. Where it had taken 5 days to reach 75, we reached 75 in less than 24 hours. Then, from Friday until this day, we peaked over 100. Last I checked, it was at 104. So, you too are a reason that we come back, because if we not doing it on space, we still gonna be doing it right here in person though. So I'm just sharing some of what I've learned from the most honorable Elijah Muhammad over the years. If you shut it down, if the white man decide to shut it down, we still gonna keep the lights on. It's that important. The messenger asked us some questions that a lot of our people haven't heard yet. We are duty bound to see to it that they hear Elijah. To my left is what we, the Muslim followers of Messenger Elijah Muhammad, refer to as the Actual Facts Board. See, that which is actual is real. And if it's real, that means that it's not merely possible or imagined. No, it's real. That which is actual is known to be correct or precise, not false or apparent. Facts are true pieces of information. Something like what Master Farah Muhammad was learning in those books that his father paid high sums, high prices of money for. He was studying actual facts. He comes. He teaches. The one who would teach us. The one who would oversee all the classrooms. That one that he comes to teach and sit in his place on his absence. He designs the actual facts board. These boards are of great importance. These boards are significant Nation of Islam relics and should be present inside all meeting places which bear the name Muhammad. If ever you are to enter a Nation of Islam meeting place and this board is absent, you then have to ask yourself, why would anyone claiming to be a student of Messenger Elijah Muhammad, a follower of Messenger Elijah Muhammad, remove a board that is known to be correct or precise? Why would anyone claiming to be a believer in the supreme wisdom from which the board comes from? Why would anyone claiming to be a believer in that is taught by the messenger of Allah, the most humble and honorable Elijah Muhammad, remove true pieces of information? Messenger Elijah Muhammad teaches us that it is far more important to teach separation of the blacks and the whites in America than prayer. He said to pray later, but get out of the way now. These are the messenger's words. These are clear warnings of a divine warner. The actual facts board can't be present and you not teach separation. The actual facts board can't be present and you not teach on the war of Armageddon. The messenger of Allah teaches us that this is the day of both. Why remove the board? Why remove the question? We are warned. Got to get back in your books. We are warned on page 32 of Message to the Black Man to not let anyone fool us today. Now that's connected to our lessons. Can you fool a Muslim? Not nowadays. See, the messenger is saying that he's making Muslims, he's making men. He's returning men to their original way. But he knows that there's some clever ones among us who can, suggest. You hear and obey, and now you have gone astray. It's a lie in the messenger. That's where the Godhead stops. We're just helping. The messenger told us to not allow anyone to fool us today. The great separation takes place just before the holy war, the final war, the war of Armageddon. No actual facts board in your meeting place? You just might be being fooled today. The messenger always said, take it or let it alone. Some of these leaders done decided to not take it. So they didn't leave it alone. They took it and left it alone to itself somewhere. Talking about this actual facts board. Message say, take it or let it alone. You're going to take it and remove it. On the board here, we see Islam. Islam is the submitting of one's will to do the will of God. This is a religion which demands strict obedience to Allah and his messenger. Strict obedience. Holy Quran 3:31. Say, obey Allah and the messenger. But if they turn back, Allah surely loves not the disbelievers. See, you have some here who are or they might just turn back. See, if they turn back, that means they're returning back to that vomit. That means they're returning back to that mud. Because you're here now, but you're going to turn back. Say, obey Allah and the messenger. See, when you are in obedience to the messenger, you are in obedience to Allah, because the messenger is only moving on orders, strict orders from Allah. The same one who came in person and gave us protocol. So the Quran is telling us, say, obey Allah and the messenger. But if they turn back, Allah surely loves not the disbelievers. Right here, the messenger is instructed to instruct. The messenger is being told what to say to the believers. Because before you turn back, you're standing here. You're with me. You're with us. You're a believer. Before you turn back, I'm telling you, obey Allah and the messenger, the one who you say you bear witness to. Disobedience to the messenger is the greatest show of hypocrisy. Oh, a lot of these religious folk don't like dealing with these type of words because they too heavy. You teach how you teach, and you get who you get, and let me get who I'm gonna get. Because who you gonna get, I might not even attract them. Just like I know for sure who I get, you can't attract them. All praise is due to Allah for the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. But we are taught to worry about our own part. Do the work. Too much freelancing going on. We got a whole nation to build. Hospitals, schools, man, farms. Mine a little absent right now, but I see that the who was that, the train, just somebody else who about to strike and responsible for moving a whole lot of cargo and you know, commerce. Just some more of that fall of America type of thing. America, their flag is on this board. So, you know, this is one of the things that we can talk about when we point to that flag. The flag is important. The board is important. That question is important. Those flags are not gathered together on that board. The question is asked, which one will survive the war of Armageddon? See, at the end of the war of Armageddon, these flags won't be united, trying to form another NATO. Only one of these flags gonna survive. I'm talking to the people who read the Bible and read the Quran. Whatever your religious persuasion may be, we got the facts. Allah came and give it to us. So we say all praises due him. All praises due him for the most honorable Elijah Muhammad, because he gifted us the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. Elijah could have kept all that to himself. Fed himself, his wife, children. Where do you think the black nation would be right now? Seeing as though all of these so-called black power groups and all of these, where do you think the black nation would be right now if Allah didn't come in person? Had Allah not come July 4th, 1930, had he not met Elijah Muhammad 1 year later, had he not spent 3.5 years among us, had he not left Elijah in his place, your leader would not have even been resurrected. The messenger is instructed to instruct. The messenger is being told what to say to the believers. This is Allah putting his own words in the mouth of his messenger. Remember Deuteronomy 18:18? I will raise them up a prophet from among their brethren, like unto thee, Moses. And I will put my words in his mouth, and he shall speak unto them all that I shall command him to speak. Allah is the guide. He himself is self-guided, but he comes to guide an entire nation of people, his people, but he guides them through one man, not two men, because 2 plus the one God equals 3. Ain't no Trinity in Islam. Remember that? Holy Quran 4:171. So believe in Allah and his messengers and say not 3. Desist. It is better for you. Allah is only one God. He's gonna come and correct your mathematics, Christian. He's gonna come and reform your mathematics, Muslim. The prophets taught of one God. Islam got it right 1400 years ago. Then, in these modern times, the Trinity has found its way into Islam. No, always pay attention to your speaker's open salutation. If you represent the nation of Islam, if you represent this holy flag of Islam right here on this board, this one is supposed to open up in the name of Allah, who came in the person. See, without him, there is no nation of Islam, because he is actually the beginning. It all starts with him. How does he now become a silhouette? How does he now just become just a teacher of Elijah Muhammad? Are you serious? He comes. His coming represents a great separation. Without his coming, there is no separation. He comes. He comes to raise a messenger. Through that messenger, he's going to warn his people. Those ones that he studied 42 years to get among. The mathematics had to be correct. He's coming to build. He's coming to add on. He's coming to unite a people who aren't even too much in love with the idea of even being related. to their own people. Oh, the coming of Master Farah Muhammad is most relevant because he's coming to bring justice as he fulfills his promise to Abraham. He's gonna come and he's gonna judge the people who put his seed through 400 years of slavery, suffering, and death. It's right there on the board. Oh. The black man must know the time. He must know that he has been behind enemy lines for the past 400 years. The black man needs shelter. He needs training facilities. See, all of this at Muhammad's temples. You can't read, come through. We'll sit down with you. We'll teach you how to read, teach you how to write. That's my word. Dealing with a real God in a real world. Not dealing with no mystery God. You have to accept, you have to realize the fact that there has never been a mystery God. You, with a thinking brain, desire a mystery God, but there is no mystery God who desires you. He don't exist. But the true and living God, he comes in person. He comes to remind you of who you are. He comes to stand you up. He comes to get you off your knees. He comes to stand you up and put you to work for yourself. All praises due to Allah for the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. See, a questioner asked about the chastisement to befall the disbelievers. The disbelievers here are the Christians. See, this coming out the Holy Quran right here. All you have to do is just pay attention to the wording. It's all right here. The disbelievers here are the Christians, the whole of the white race. The messenger teaches us that they are a Christian race of people. You think you a Christian. With a thinking brain, you think you a Christian, but you act like you got a brain like that mystery guy, which don't have no brain because you think you a Christian. All praises due to Allah for the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. See, that chastisement that would befall the disbelievers, there's none to avert it. Avert means prevent or ward off an undesirable occurrence. You can't thwart the aims of the Lord of retribution. Justice is due. Messenger Elijah Muhammad teaches us that America's doom is set like a die. You don't know what a die is. If you had two of them, you would know what those are. Those would be dice. No, we just talking about one die, just one of them, because we don't need both of them. It's over with. And they set. I know you know how to set dice. That's why niggas get to chasing us with guns and trying to blow our heads off because we be setting the dice. But the messenger said that America's doom is set like a die. She cannot escape. He said it's impossible. There's none to avert it. He's Allah, Lord of the ways of ascent. Ascent means a climb or walk to the summit of a mountain or a hill. Now, we just talked about hills and mountains. He gave us the actual facts on those hills and mountains. He's the Lord of ascent. The summit of a mountain is the highest point of a mountain. He said he'd climb a mountain 40 miles high just to teach one of us. That's love that you can't even imagine. That's a level of concern that we've never felt. Not since we've been in America. If we don't love ourselves, then where's the love gonna come from? Because we know the open enemy. He doesn't love us. The devil don't love us. Look at this picture on this board here. Does it look like those people love him? Him, meaning the brother who's hanging? Do it look like these people love him? Or do they look like they are enjoying his carcass being there as they gather together as the eagles did in the book of Matthew? He said he would climb a mountain 40 miles high just to teach one of us. See, we don't complain about small classrooms. Teachers all across this country right now are campaigning for smaller classrooms. Too many students, too much playing. Too many students, too less tutoring. The United States Department of Commerce has us numbered at, what they say, 46.9 million. The prophets, I'm talking about from the book of Revelation now, the prophets got us numbered at just 144,000. That's a small classroom compared to those tens of millions. It was going to always be just a few of us. It'd be ideal to beat prophecy, and that is our aim. To unite the whole of our people here in this wild, savage-filled wilderness. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad told us of the coming. He taught us. He said that there would. He said the day was coming where his followers would be so few and far in between that we'd be able to fit into a taxi cab 40 plus years later, and we're sitting comfortably, with plenty of leg room in this taxi. Is that right? All praise is due to Allah. Messenger Elijah Muhammad predicted this at a time when the classroom over the prophesied number given by the prophets. See, this is a dire time. This is a most dire question. Which one will survive? Listen to the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad right here. A message to the black man, page 237. The teachings on the significance of the American flag and the Islamic flag were given to me by Master W. F. Muhammad, Allah, God in person. The meanings are essential in teaching a people who have become spiritually or mentally dead. These boards are absolutely significant. So teaches the messenger. We must know what time it is. The messenger said we must know. Allah said we must know. We not turning this thing back into some type of religious. Uh, no, 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 no. We must keep to the course. You pick up the flag and you carry it right along. How dare we sit down on our post and we claim to be believers in Allah who came in person? He came in person. He was busy. Because to leave from over there to come over here, man, you are busy. You get to America. You come to America and tell these American Negroes to get up and go to work. We sit down and don't go to work. We sit down and eat noodles and watch other ministers and we watch them while they go to work. No. No. This is not a religious thing. The Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad teaches us that Islam is not really a religion for us, but we practice it as a religion because a lot of us have to still we have to do things in a repeated fashion. We have to do things over and over and over again. See, like prayer is just good by itself. You should do it anyway. But see, we have to continuously pray, because if we are not instructed to do so, then we just won't do it. Because we didn't have to pray like that when we was in Yaqub's world. You just come to church. Just listen to me shout around. Let me watch you jump around. Let me see you pass that collection plate around. And you better not send it back around unless you put something in it that was rectangular and not round. No, let's get serious, though. I'm just saying, though, because that's just how it is, though. The Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad teaches us that Islam is the only religion that has the divine power to unite us. Look at that board. That board got a flag on it. That's the Nation of Islam flag. We unite under that flag. I can tell you what the messenger said, and I can point to the board and show you why it's important, why that board should be there. The messenger is teaching us. We've been talking about this war of Armageddon. We've been talking about Allah coming to get us out of the way of this war. And the messenger just told us that Islam is the only religion that has the divine power to unite us. Look above the flag. You see the word Islam right there? Islam. That flag belongs to the Nation of Islam. Nation. A body of people united by what? Common history or culture or language, inhabiting a particular country or territory. You see why it's dire that we stick to what Elijah taught? Because a nation needs a country or territory. We need some land. That's why the messenger goes hard on land. Excuse my slang. But he taught us well on land. We need that. We need to build a nation. We ain't spreading no religion. We trying to build a nation. The religion is inside the nation. All praise is due to Allah for the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad further teaches that Islam is the only religion in which the believer is divinely protected. He's saying this right here in Message to the Black Man. Look at the question on the board. Look at the flags. Look what's offered under both. The messenger is telling us that Islam is the only religion who could divinely protect us from what's coming. Really divinely protected. He said Islam is the only religion that will survive the great holy war, the final war between Allah God and the devil. This is the time that we living in. See, we thought we were divinely protected in the Christian religion too. Oh, we said we were covered in the blood of Jesus. Does that black man on that board right there look protected to you? Negroes still, right now today, think they're divinely protected by a dead prophet's blood, while we are murdered every hour of every day. The devil kills us for sport, and we kill us because we hate one another. All of this is found on the actual facts board. So I really didn't want to go too far over time. I'm really just, I'm just pouring out what I've been studying for these past couple of days. And, I appreciate y'all for showing up. I appreciate y'all for showing up. But as we said and always said, we're going to continue to show up because we are duty bound. There is no way that we can claim to be civilized. I'm talking about highly wise, civilized black men and women inside the Nation of Islam and not want for your brother, your dead brother out there, what you want for yourself. See, Islam worked for me. Oh, yeah. Islam works for me. And if it worked for me, I know what it can do for my brother. Islam helped me realize that that black man there is my brother. We don't have to like each other's personalities. We must never forget that we are brothers. I want to take this time, give a shout out to my brother, Michael Wale. He put me a package together today that was very, very, very much on time. And soon as we get those doors open, yep, it's going. Excuse my slang, but it's going. So, I will conclude here. We meet Wednesday nights from 8 to 9, supposedly. We meet Friday nights from 8 to 9, supposedly. We meet on Sundays from 2 to 4 p.m. This Sunday, we will be tuned in to NOI Temple 15 on YouTube, catching the live broadcast to see what Brother Minister Eric Muhammad has to say. So until then, I will connect with you. Be looking for the announcement for Class Friday. And now We are going to close out. Surely I have turned myself to thee, O Allah, striving to be upright to thee, who originated the heavens and the earth, and I am not of the polytheists. Surely my prayer, my sacrifice, my life, and my death are all for Allah, the Lord of the worlds. No associate has he. Of this I am commanded, and I am of those who submit. O Allah, thou art the King, and there is no God but thee. Thou art my Lord, and I am thy servant. I have been greatly unjust to myself, and I confess my faults. So please grant me protection against all my faults, for none can grant me protection against all my faults but thee. And guide me into the best of morals, for none can guide me into the best of morals but thee. And turn away from me the evil and indecent morals, for none can turn away from me the evil and indecent morals but thee. O Allah, make Muhammad successful, and make the true followers of Muhammad successful here in the wilderness of North America, as thou did make Abraham and the true followers of Abraham successful. For surely thou art praised and magnified. O Allah, bless Muhammad, and bless the true followers of Muhammad here in the wilderness of North America, as thou did bless Abraham and the true followers of Abraham. For surely thou art praised and magnified in our midst. I bear witness that there is no God but Allah, who came in the person of Master Farad Muhammad. I bear witness that the most honorable Elijah Muhammad is his last and greatest messenger. I will now leave you as I came before you in the greeting words of peace. Assalamu alaikum.